Hi guys, today I'll discuss one numerical based on this de Broglie wave. To summarize whatever we have discussed in our last class, we have seen different expressions for de Broglie wavelength. So this is the general expression, lambda is equals to h by p. Then when an electron is moving inside an electric field, then in terms of the potential, the wavelength is given as h is equals to square root of 2 MeV or h is equals to square root of 2 Me, where m is the mass of electron, E is charge of electron, capital V is the applied potential, and E is the electrical energy. Next, what we have seen, that is after simplifying this one, that is by putting the values of h, m and E, one can obtain the formulas lambda is equals to 1.227 by square root of B. Okay. Then one more expression we have seen, that is in terms of temperature. What is that? Lambda is equals to h by square root of 3m kT. Here m is the mass of the gas particle, k is Boltzmann constant, T is temperature in Kelvin, right? Now I will discuss one numerical which came in your JNTU exam in the year 2018. What is the question? Calculate the velocity and kinetic energy of an electron of wavelength 1.66 angstrom. And this question was of 3 marks. And this is for R18 syllabus. It came in the year 2018. So while you have given a numerical, the first thing you need to identify is what are the data given to us. Okay, so first you note down what is given, then you write down what you need to calculate. Then half of your job is done, right? Now in this question, what is given? That is wavelength of the electron. So lambda is equals to 1.66 angstrom. Here we need to find out two things. First is velocity of the electron and the second is the kinetic energy of the electron. Now using the formula lambda is equals to h by p or h by mv. H is the Planck's constant, which is a known quantity. M is mass of electron, that is also a known quantity. Lambda is given, we need to find out V. So our job is done, right? V is equals to, just by shuffling this, taking V to this side, I can write H is equals to, V is equals to H by M lambda. Now substituting all these values over here, M is 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31 kg. What is H? H is 6.625 into 10 to the power minus 34 joules second. And what is the value of lambda? That is given in the question as 1.66 angstrom. Always remember that whenever you are solving a numerical, you need to consider all the parameters in one system of unit. Here, this is kg, this is joule second, both are in SI systems. But this angstrom is not the unit in SI system. So what is the unit of length in SI system? That is nothing but meter. So we need to first convert all the parameters to a single measurement system. So by converting this 1.66 angstrom to meter, I can write this as 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 10 meter. Once this job is done, now I can substitute this back to the formula. So after substituting these values here, I can get B is equals to, here in place of H I have written 6.625 into 10 to the power minus 34. In place of M I have written 9.11 into 10 to the power minus 31. And this is the given wavelength. Now solving this, one can get V is equals to 4.38 into 10 to the power 6 meter per second. This This is the velocity of the electron. We were supposed to calculate the velocity and the kinetic energy, right? Now we have calculated only the velocity. We need to calculate the kinetic energy as well. So what is that velocity and kinetic energy are related? That is a very simple formula. Kinetic energy is equal to half mv square. Mass is known to you and V is also we have calculated. Just putting these values over here, kinetic energy is equals to, this is mass and this is the velocity square divided by 2. So it is equals to 8.74 into 10 to the power minus 18 joule. Okay, so you got 3 marks in your exam, right? So these type of small numericals you'll be getting in your exam. So don't worry, just if you write the given values and what you need to calculate, and then you just have to think which formula you need to use over there. Then just by putting the values you can get the answer. Okay. Now we will see some properties of this matter wave or de Broglie wave. What are the properties of these waves? Sometimes you will be getting this question, what is a de Broglie wave and what are the properties of matter wave or de Broglie wave? So here these properties you have to remember. So what are those properties? Matter waves are not electromagnetic waves. Electromagnetic waves, they are having both electric and magnetic components, but matter waves are not electromagnetic waves. Matter wave represents the probability of finding a particle in space. This concept will be very helpful in our further discussions. So you have to remember this thing, that matter wave represents the probability of finding a particle in space. It does not require any medium to pass through, like sound wave that require a medium to pass through, right? But these matter waves they do not require any medium to pass through. And the expression whatever we have got is lambda is equals to h by p or h by mv. From here you can see that it does not depend on the charge of the particle. Here you can see there is nowhere charge is related in this quantities. So it is independent of charge of the particle. It is inversely proportional to velocity. Lambda is equals to h by mv. So it is inversely proportional to velocity. And also it is inversely proportional to mass of the particle, that is m. And this matter wave can move faster than light. So these are some of the properties of matter waves or de Broglie waves. Today we'll stop here. In the next class, we'll be discussing some more interesting concepts. Thank you. Bye-bye.